So today we are going to discuss about the topic is energized work, right? So energized work means whenever we are working with any project, okay, at that time, first of all, our mind should be clean. Clean means not with subject, right? So that we can focus on the work, right? So when we are going to be focused on the work, most probably, if everything, whatever we are going to be discussing with our friends, family, everything is perfect means then here we are going to be mentally, physically, we are going to be fit and we are going to focus on the work, right? So here the most effective at the software development and all knowledge work when you are focused and free from the distractions. Okay, if you are having any problems at home or college or at anything, you people can't concentrate on the work, right? If everything solved and everything is clear, then you can effectively focus on that and easily you can develop, right? And you can work on the project, right? Otherwise, if we are disturbed, if we are disturbed and we are having some problems, we are thinking about that means we are unable to work, right? We are doing lot of mistakes in projects. Okay, if we are doing the lot of mistakes in that means definitely it will be a costing for a company and as well as it will consuming more time, right? So here energized work means taking steps to make sure you are able physically and mentally to get into a focused state, right? This means do not overwork yourself. Okay, do not overwork yourself and don't take stress, and you have to spend how much time you are going to spend on the work, that much only you can spend over time. This all makes you stressed, right? And it also means that you have to be a stay healthy and you have to show your respect to your teammates and the members who are involving in the project and keep them also healthy, right? So like this here energized work environment is going to be created so that we can focus on our project or the work so that we can complete within time, right? How to be energized? You people know how to be energized. Some people may feel energized by eating something or by roaming out, by eating healthy foods, right? And if family environment is good and everyone are good, then we feel definitely obviously energized, right? And motivated. So one of the simplest way to be energized is to take care of yourself. Okay, first you have to take care of yourself. How you can take care of yourself? Whenever you people are working in any MNCs companies, right? So have to go early to home, right? So instead of working overtime, okay, in time or early, okay, early, if you people leaving and spending your time with the family or friends, then definitely your mind will be off of work, right? And you can consume the healthy foods and can do the exercise and can get a plenty of sleep. Then you can feel the next day refresh, right? You can feel the refresh so that you can focus on your work and mistakes are going to be mistakes are not going to be take chance, right? So ఆ mistakes అవ్వడానికి తక్కువ అంత chances ఉండవు if we feel pleasant and if we feel happy. Okay, if we focus on that means here we can support the work environment, right? Energized work requires a supportive workplace and home life. If these two places are good, then we can focus on that, right? It also a personal choice. There no way to force someone to be energized. Okay, no one will be forcing you, and however you can remove the road backlogs, right? Road backlogs, I means here blocks, sorry, roadblocks means whatever the problems, whatever the stress are there, we can make a relief, right? Some people may get relief by going to the long tours, okay, or any drives or any restaurants, okay, like that. Or some people may feel energized when they are going to spending their lives with family, or friends, right? So like that, how to be energized means, first of all we have to take care of ourselves and have to go early to home, and we have to spend our time with family and as well as friends, right? And have to eat a healthy food and have to do exercises, and most important thing is get plenty of sleep, right? Plenty of sleep. Nowadays you people are doing this only, I think so, right? Everyone are doing this only, and requires this energized works mostly require the supportive workplace and home life, ma. Supportive workplace and home life it requires, and supporting energized work, right? If we are not going to be support, for that means here tired peoples make mistakes, okay? If we won't take any rest, or if we feel uneasy, if we focus on the project means, definitely we are going to take some mistakes and we are going to take the shortcuts, right? That may resulting the errors and can end up with some cost or more than the work is worth, right? So tired peoples can make more mistakes or can search for the shortcuts, right? And next, paid programming. Paid programming. So paid programming means here whoever our teammates are there, they have to support and they have to work with us, right? Then we can give our best performance, right? Otherwise, if they won't support means, definitely it may become some disturbance, right? So it may sound silly, like having a healthy food available in the workplace, it's another good way to support energized work, right? If we eat healthy food or a choice of our food, then definitely we will feeling the energized, right? And in an environment with lot of external distractions, consider setting aside core hours each day, maybe just an hour or two to start, during which everyone agrees not to interrupt the team, right? So we can avoid these all distractions. If anyone are coming and giving any suggestions, or if we are going to be agreed to them, okay, that also divert our concentrations, right? And taking break is very very important, ma. So in MNC companies, whenever they are working, they will be used to take some breaks, like coffee break or like any breaks will be there. So when you make more mistakes than progress, it's time to take a break, right? Whenever you are unable to concentrate or unable to work, definitely you have to take a break and you have to work on, right? So some of the challenges are there, like how to be energized. How we can be energized? Whenever we are going to be mingle or we are going to be talking with any persons, right? Definitely we can feel like a energized, right? Collaboration work at a pace that allows us to do our best quality and most productive work, right? And second, supporting energized work, supporting one another in the team, then only we can feel, right? You people are forming as a projects teams, right? If they are supporting, then definitely you will be feeling like a energized. Yes, we can do it, all right, we can present easily, like that you can feel something, right? And taking breaks in heavy workloads, taking short breaks to be energetic in workplace, right? If we take short breaks, definitely it will be energized, right? And results, when you have an energized team, then sharing of work would be much easier and results would be a productive work, right? Definitely if everyone are supporting and sharing the work with each other means, definitely it will become easier, and results and everything will be a benefited, and would be a productive work, right? Contradiction, if our team doesn't sit together in a shared workplace, you probably won't be able to create an effective, energized workspace, right? Four members are there, only one person is working, others are not supporting, means really it will become very typical to that person, right? If everyone means at least gathered together and shares their view, okay, they may feel some energized, right? And alternatives, if the team is not working together, then alternative is to electronic media and stand-up meetings to solve the problems, right? So we can sit together or discuss, okay, and by any electronic media or any meetings to solve our problems, what we have done, what we have to do, what is remain, like the discussions are going to be done in that meeting, so that it will be also helpful, right? So whenever we are going to be working in any environment, definitely these are all things you people are going to see, okay? Forming a team, every team and each member will be supporting with each other and taking a breaks, definitely it will be boosting your energy, right? And there will be one coach or anyone, if they motivate, okay, by saying the time is to log out, okay, so that you can leave the home early, so that you will feel some happy, so that you will come again next day morning, you will feel like a fresh and you will come early, right? So that you can concentrate on the work easily, so that you can develop the project, you can focus on that, right? So if anyone motivate also, will feel energized, right? So that is about energized, right? Energized work. So how that energy, how we feel energized, what are the things we have to do for that, how to be energized, who will be supporting if we are energized, right? And these all are the challenges, okay, right? So next one is the retrospectives, right? Retrospectives is a ceremony held at the end of each iteration in an agile project, right? The general purpose is to allow the team as a group to evaluate its past working cycle. Finally, retrospective is a moment for the team to reflect on what may fix or improve the things identified as negative. So this retrospective means, when this retrospective will be conducting means, whenever like one module or one event has been completed successfully, means every member of that team is going to be forming as a group, and they are going to be doing the discussion, what are the positive things, what are the negative things, and depend upon that actions, they will be fixing and improving the negative things, what are the new things they can add, and can make it as a next iteration cycles, okay, so that they can release in the next iteration cycle, right? So this retrospectives is having some stages, ma. Okay, the first one is the set stage. Okay, set stage means organize meetings, okay? With the help of this meeting, they can gain a lot of information. Now, this set stage is an invitation. Simply, we can say it is a meeting invitation for all the required team members and the stakeholders. So they are going to be involving in that, and they will be giving all the requirements, what to do and where to implement, what are the things are included. These all things they are going to be identifying, right? And next, gather data. Okay, after setting this, there will be gathering all the members, okay? After that, gather data. Once the meeting starts, gather all the ideas, opinions, concerns that the team members might have, right? This can be done via various agile retrospective activities like start, stop, continue, paint me pictures, etc. Okay, with the help of some activities, they are going to be gathering all the information and the requirements from the team members as well as from the stakeholders. After that, they will be concentrating and they will be putting their own ideas and opinions on that, right? So that is the second stage. After that, generate insights, right? After the data is gathered from all the developers, stakeholders, okay, from there they have gathered all the ideas and opinions. Now, a meaningful analytics have to be identified and patterns have to be created. Okay, and patterns have to be created. The idea is to be identify trends and resolve them, right? If the team members are unhappy about the long daily stand-ups, then we have to figure out what is causing this. It could be unrelated discussions, the like tardiness of the team members and unrealistic team setups does not accommodate the number of updates, right? Whatever the ideas and changes they have identified, okay, how much time is required to resolve all that things, and how many things we can add daily in our stand-ups. These all things we are going to be identifying in this generate insights. And next, create actions. Once the underlying issues are identified, whatever the bugs, whatever the issues or whatever the problems has been identified, after that they will be creating some action plan, ma. Okay, in that action plan some points are there to resolve them. Okay, how to fix the bugs and how to, should we keep or should we provide any solution for that problem, like that we are going to be fixing, right? So this action plan, action point should be assigned to an accountable person, right? Like testers or whoever are there, whoever is responsible to resolve that particular problem in time, for them they will be allocating. Means one action plan is going to be created. This action plan will be reflected for the person who is perfect and who is well known at that particular area and able to solve that problem within due date, right? And next stage is wrap up. Okay, after everything, gather of information, developing, okay, after fixing the bugs, testings, everything, now it's time to deliver the product or deploy the product to the customer stakeholder, right? At that time, here wrap up. Once the project completion has been done, means they are going to be thanking to the team for their time and for their participation, and they are making some meeting discussions and some action plans as action points or plans, whatever that are documented. Okay, they are going to be documented and distributed to all the team members so that it will be easy for the reference. Okay, whenever they are closing their project, first of all they are following these all things. Okay, thanking for everyone and making a documentation of that particular meeting discussion, so that documentation, once any person will see that documentation, means it will be easy for their reference, right? Retrospectives. So that is retrospectives, right? And this retrospectives is of three types, ma. Three types. One is the iteration retrospective, right? Second one is the surprise retrospectives, and third one is the release retrospective. This retrospective is nothing but whenever we are gathering any requirements or releasing or we are doing testing, at that time everyone will be gathering and making it as a ceremony. They will be discussing on that, they will be updating, doing the changes. These all things are going to be will come under that retrospectives, right? So iteration retrospective so occurs at the end of every iteration. When we are doing this iterations, any changes or any feedback from the stakeholder, once that is updated in that, means here we are going to be updating in that and releasing in a form of iteration. Okay, I1, I2, I3, like that. And next, surprise retrospectives conducted when an unexpected event in the project which changes the situation, right? Suddenly they are going to be change all the requirements or any information has been came, means surprise retrospective meetings will be there. Okay, they will be gathering, depend upon that project, they will be doing all the changes in that, right? Surprise. And next, release, right? Release retrospective is going to be conducted at the end of the iteration. Means here whenever we are releasing that product, means that team unit testing, acceptance testing, this once this all done clearly, means then this retrospective will be conducted at the end of the iterations, right? So how to conduct an iteration retrospective, means the first step, prime directive, team gathering to solve the problems. They will discuss, they will put their opinions and the points on that. Okay, after that forming has a pair programming. Okay, brainstorming. pairs are going to be forming and they will be solving it like a puzzle. Okay, that is the second. And third, mute mapping will be there. Okay, individually, no communication method will be there. Whatever the points they have gathered, they will be working and they will be doing some mappings for the particular points, right? And fourth step is retrospective objective. The main goal of this retrospective objective is that whole team is going to be work during the next iteration, right? Towards the next iteration, it will be working. In these four steps, they are going to be following the iteration retrospectives, right? So types we have seen. What are the three types, ma? We have seen, yes, iteration retrospective, surprise retrospective, and one more is release retrospectives, right? So like this retrospective is going to be work. Okay, here iteration retrospective is a regular event for all the agile team members. They will make a discussion on the results or each result iteration also. Okay, they are doing some reviews and practices and identifying the ways to what to improve and what to do, right? So these all things they are doing. At the end of each iteration, this agile team will be applying some Scrum XP or some Carbon. Okay, different teams are going to be using some different testing methodologies, right? They will be gathering them, and whenever they are gathered to them, okay, they will be using for them at the iteration retrospective, right? There will be some time box. Okay, within that time they are going to be, means they will be scheduling some meetings and they will be discussing all the both like quantitative and qualitative insights. These all things they are going to be discussing what is best for the next time, like that, right? So the quantitative reviews gather and evaluates any metrics the team is using to measure its performance, and qualitative part discusses the team practices and the specific challenges that occur during the last iterations, right? So they will be doing all the analysis, right? Root cause analysis and performing all the corrections and the changes and what are the action plans to discuss. These all things they are going to be improving. By user stories also they will be gathering, and any drawbacks or backlogs are there, that also they will be including and adding in that and releasing it as a new version, right? So there are the 5 important reminders for an inexperienced facilitators. All right, so first of all we have to be a transparent. Okay, we have to be a transparent whenever we are accepting any project from the client. Okay, what we have developed and what is remain and what is balance and what is yet to do, these all things we have to put, we have to give a report to the stakeholder. We should not hide that all things, right? So we have to be a transparent so that client will be giving another, like he will be coming for, if any other projects are there, then he will definitely coming to you, right? If you say, if you hide the things, means definitely client will get us unsatisfied, right? Next, the focus on the objective of a retrospectives. Here, facilitators or some guides teams, they are figuring out what they will be most important things, what happened during the iteration. They will be making some clear analysis, right, with the team and all the roles who have taken part in the each and every module, right? And the next, listen to your team. Okay, listen to your team, allows the team to speak about what happened and not to interrupt the line of thought of whoever is speaking. All right, if you read you can understand this carefully. And we have to act. Okay, we have to encourage our team and we have to boost, then only they will be focusing, right? And we will be getting the new suggestions that will be useful so that we can work on our action plan, right? And be an aggregator, right? So we have to be, we have to create a good mood, not, we should not disturb them, right? So that be an aggregator. So some of the steps that involved in that retrospectives, right? Iteration iterative, retrospective, right? These are the 4 steps we have discussed, right? So after retrospective, there are the 2 purposes. One is the sharing ideas, right? So it can gives the team a chance to grow closer, and coming up with a specific solution gives the team a chance to improve, right? So give a idea and we can improve them, right? So some of the results and contradictions are there. So after the retrospective serves 2 purposes, right? Sharing ideas gives the team a chance, and grow closer, and coming up with a specific solution gives the team a chance to improve, right? After retrospective, and result will be ability to develop new product, okay, deliver the software steadily and improves. The whole team grows closer and more cohesive, and each group has more respect for the issues and the other group faces. And contradictions means be very cautious about conducting retrospectives if some team members tend to lash out, attack, or blame others, right? And alternatives, assign the extra team members for the completion of the work so that we can complete our project in time and we can make the customer happy, right? So this is about the retrospectives and its types we have seen, and energized work, right? So how can we energize ourselves? How can we energize ourselves?